Now, make no mistake, this is a tough journey for union and management, and this is my life's work, and some sense of Saul's. We've started in the steel mills together. But it basically is always this same journey. It always is. And I love the cleanness of it, the clarity of it, all right, when we get lost. Some thoughts around kind of your work and kind of what we're learning here.
Well, I really like this model, and it describes the essential pieces, but it doesn't help us yet figure out how to make it happen, right? Because that's the other puzzle you talk about, which is how do you change organizations so that you touch this, right? And in some ways, this is about the how, and this is about the what, right? This is what we need to work on, but we work on it this way, right? These are the strategic priorities, but done collaboratively. In some ways, this is where the PD is, right? And yet, you know, and so I think that if we look at where we've been, some people think, well, you can get there just by professional development, and yet that doesn't address the collaboration. What should the professional development be? How should it be designed? Who should be involved? And this is where, for the last 16 years, you know, this has been perverse in terms of accountability based on, you know, a set of standardized test scores and value-added assessments. So I guess where I think, and when I've seen be successful, is picking off critical problems here that relate to teaching and learning. And the ABC is my favorite example, right? They were having a very difficult time in the poorest section of towns with 6 schools on the south side who had a problem with reading programs for English language learners. They didn't start trying to create collaboration. They started trying to solve this problem, and they put together a team of administrators and teachers and connected themselves to AFT to say, what can AFT tell us about teaching English language learners, and got sent to Houston to investigate this, came back with some ideas, implemented them, and realized we had a better solution that couldn't have been done by either administration alone or by the faculty alone or without the national union. And that then got them to realize they were doing it in a collaborative process around teaching and learning. And so I think that the entry point is picking off the right issues strategically that relate to teaching and learning, but then implementing them collaboratively. And that's why I think PD's got to be part of collaboration as well, not just separate around pedagogy. And so if I think back to the research, it's all about unpacking what collaboration means, whether shared decision-making, discretion, psychological safety, the partnering, around a set of critical issues that relate to teaching and learning, those 4 areas about student performance, articulation, instructional practice, mentoring, that tie back here, but with measurements that can be really useful at the school level and at the district level to figure out how you're doing on the collaboration and the progress here, and that informs the next step. So in some ways, this is the hook, and this is the how, and it's got to be tied in here, and so it's an iterative process that comes back.